Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about circles. We're going to discuss the 5 main parts of a circle as well as calculating their circumference. So the 5 main parts of a circle are the diameter, the chord, the circumference, the radius, and the arc. The diameter is basically a line that splits the circle into 2 halves. It's right at the center. A chord is any line on a circle that meets from one end to another. For example, this one right here. This is a chord. The circumference is the distance around the circle, basically the perimeter of the circle. The radius is only half of the diameter. It goes from the center of the circle all the way to one end of the circle. So from the middle all the way to the circumference. The arc is only part of the circumference, so it could be a third of it, a tenth of it. It's just a small portion of what makes up the total perimeter. Calculating the circumference of a circle is very challenging to do visually and mentally. So that's why mathematicians created a formula that helps you get the circumference of any circle only if you knew its dimensions and its properties. So the formula that's created is pi times diameter to get the circumference. So if you guys didn't know, pi is actually a mathematical term that has an infinite amount of digits. It's used by engineers a lot when they're designing houses, especially the roofs. So the first 10 digits of pi, if you're wondering, are 3.141592653. So let's put this formula to use with this circle. So the diameter here is 7 centimeters. All we have to do now is simply multiply 7 by pi. So obviously when you have a calculator, make sure to have the pi button on there so you don't have to type out like digits like these, so you don't have to memorize them. If you don't, you simply just have to use 3.14. Nevertheless, you'd get the same answer if it was rounded to 1 to 2 digits. So 7 times pi is 21.99, rounded to 2 digits. So this means that the distance from point A around the circle back to point A should be 21.99 centimeters. Also, a common mistake that students, especially I, do a lot is forget the unit of measurement. This is very important because, well, obviously teachers look out for that the most. While you're solving the actual equation, there's no need to put the centimeters. You can just leave it out for there. But once you actually have your final answer, it's always important to keep your unit of measurement. Alright, so we know how to calculate the circumference of a circle with only its diameter. How about if we had its radius? So one important relationship between the radius and the diameter to know is that the diameter is always times 2 to our radius. So if we were to fix this formula over here so it could apply to this, circumference equals pi times radius times 2. So pi times r times 2. Because this over here simply means diameter. It would be the same thing. So if we were to use this and apply it to our formula, it would have to look like this. So pi times 3 times 2. So it doesn't matter if you do pi times 3 first or 3 times 2 first. So the outcome is always going to be the same. For this case, we're just going to go with 3 times 2, which is 6. Where should I write that? Down here. So 6 centimeters. Next, we have to multiply it by pi. If you guys remember, the short form of pi would be 3.14. So if you didn't have a calculator and you're doing this mentally, 6 times 3.14 should get you an answer, but not a very accurate answer. Nevertheless, you should get 18.85 centimeters as your circumference for a circle like this. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video, and comment down below saying what you'd like me to comment next. Also, don't forget to check out the printable worksheets that I put in the link in the description. See you guys in the next one.